Good morning, everyone. This is Monday Musings, and I'm using my iPad today to film this video. So I think I found a way for it to work, and I really hope that I can do that from now on so that we won't have the noise, the whining noise. So I'm going to make an ATC today, and I'm going to kind of go through it kind of quickly because I'm not sure how much room I have on my iPad. And this is the one I'm going to make, and it's for a fall sparkle swap. And what I did is I took an ATC form, and ATC is Artist Trading Card, and it is a little 2x3 card that's always traded and never sold. And you trade it with your artist friends. It can be mixed media, painting, watercolor, anything. And I have a nice stamp that I use to put my information on the back, and so I did that first. And then what I did is I took some cardstock, craft cardstock, and I cut it down so that it would fit here on my piece of burlap. So I'm going to do that real quick, just making it a little bit smaller. Cut this. Let's see how that is. Up a little bit more. And a little bit more off the end. Okay, that should do it. So I'm going to use this, my Matte Studio, and an old scruffy yucky brush, and I believe that this glue works a little bit better than the tape adhesive for gluing to burlap because it is such a porous material. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm also going to glue this card to the back. And that is so that I can use my ATC detail stamp to put my information on. And you kind of want to do that before you add a lot of embellishments because it's still flat. So I'm going to use Wendy Vecchi's Archival Ink Fern Green. And I'm going to ink up my stamp. Okay, and then I can put my details on. Okay. So let me just hit that with the heat gun real quick. Archival ink doesn't dry immediately, so sometimes you need to help it along. So let's go back to this side. And I have some graphic 45 paper that I've cut down. It's from French Market, French Country, and it's the other side of this piece in it. And I'm going to put this on the side, so I'll need to cut it down. I think I can just do that with my scissors. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I have a couple of scruffies here. Sometimes if you have those and you don't want to cut it, you can just sand that a little bit off. Okay, so but before I attach it, I'm going to use Orange Blossom, Wendy Vecchi's archival ink, and I'm going to edge my paper with that. And then I'm going to get the fern green again and just kind of kiss it a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this, and you can use any adhesive you want to, and I'm going to use my ATG, my Advanced Tape Glider. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to attach it right here. Alright, and now is a good time to ravel your edges a little bit. Then I'm going to take from the Tim Holtz Thankful Silhouettes, I'm going to take the wheat, and I just dropped one of my glitters somewhere. Here it is. Okay. And I'm going to use Versamark emboss water stamp to emboss with. And I'm going to put this right here. So I'll stamp that on. Then I'm going to get a coffee filter, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo Distress Embossing Powder. To put that on there. I'm going to heat it up. Distress embossing powder has release crystals, so you want to do that. And you know, I had some that wasn't quite melted, so let's do that again. Put that back on. Okay. That's a good way to test and see if you've embossed properly. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is use two stamps, two of the small leaves from the Falling Leaves set, Tim Holtz, and the acorn as well from the Thankful Silhouettes. Okay, so I'm going to use again my Versamark, and I'm going to stamp these leaves a couple of places. Kind of randomly. And let's put that one right there. Okay, and we're going to emboss again. This time I'm going to emboss with sticky embossing powder from Ranger. So I'm going to pour that on. Tip it off a little bit. If you have some little random places, you can take a little brush and clean it up. Okay. I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to hit this with my heat gun and emboss it. You'll notice that this melts a lot faster than the Distress does. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've got peeled paint, rusty hinge, mustard seed, and brushed corduroy glitter, Distress glitter. So I'm just going to take little pieces of this glitter, little pinches of it, and sprinkle it over my sticky embossing powder. And one more. Okay, so we've got those 4 fall colors. Now I'm going to press them in, press the glitter in to the stickiness to make sure that we get good adhesion. And then tap it off and brush it off. And there I have some really pretty fall glittery leaves. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I want to use my acorn. So one more time, I'm going to use the Versamark. I'm going to put that right there. I have another coffee filter. Usually I use the same coffee filter over and over, but for the sake of quickness, I am using, I'm not cleaning up till I'm done. So this is a really dark gold embossing powder. You can use anything, any brand you want. I don't know what brand this is. It's kind of worn off the label over the years. So I've got my acorn. I'm going to emboss it. You heat this until you see the texture and the color of the powder change. Okay? Now I've got a little bit of metallic luster here, and it's in copper kettle. I'm just going to rub a little bit on my finger and put a little bit on this acorn to add a little bit of extra color to it. Put a little bit around the edges of my burlap. Just adding a little bit of shine, a little bit more shine. Very, very subtle. And then the last thing that you can do, if you like, is to add a sentiment. And let's see. You can put some stickers on, any stickers that you want to use. You can This is the one that I used. I really, really wish that I could remember what the brand of this one is, but this is the one I used. So, but you can use anything. Make up your own sayings or greetings. This one says, best kind of friends. So, thanks for hanging out with me this morning on Monday Musings, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye.